Okay, I'm gonna be real. The newest part of Guild Wars, Gen Thier Wilds, dropped, and I really want to get some progress made in that. So we're gonna go kind of quick on this stream. I'm not gonna rush anything, but minimal preamble. Already played a little bit insofar as doing some, purchasing some stuff that refreshed with the update. Um, I want to get back to that. So we're just gonna go right on into good old 0645 2017. This one is apparently a combo from last night. Psalm 79 and 80. And he titled this, I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you, Hovind. Tried to warn everybody, but you didn't listen. You blew it up. Damn you. Damn you all to hell, Hovind. Um, I'm not even gonna lie. He slash his team are getting a little better with these presentations, and they are like the initial like the what words am I trying to use? Damn it, I can't think. The the bloody hell. I've just completely forgotten how to English. The clickbaity titles. That's it. Good God. Oh man, that sucked. Just having a total brain fart right there. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna get right to this. Enough preamble. Let's go.
Good evening, folks. Ken Hovind here and the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. It is March the 10th, 2025. We'll be in Psalm chapter.
Okay, yeah, what I was trying to say was the titles and the fact that they're going over, little Bible crap since I've never bothered reading the book. It's kind of interesting just to see honestly how freaking wild it is. That's what I was trying to say. Whew. It is apparently one of those days. Let's continue.
Chapter 79 and 80, two short psalms tonight, titled I Tried to Warn You. I wrote a book while I was in prison. I wrote several books, quite 35 of them actually. This one.
I wrote 35 books. I dated 300 girls in high school. I've got like 5 degrees. I've done 6 million debates. I've interacted with every single person who's ever existed. Hovind.
Why on earth did God let this happen, for heaven's sake? I wrote, I used a subject we call email, not email, but on your knees, email. You can talk to people in
Yeah, I'm sure you were on your knees a lot in prison, Kent.
the past, present, future, worldwide. I made it up, okay? It's imagination. A young man's decision, a true story on page.
Okay, so imagination is cool when you use it, but you use it to decry stuff you don't like. It's just imagination. Also, it's a pretty juvenile way to say to describe a pun, because that's all you did was come up with a pun. Instead of email, it's email, because you get on your knees for Jesus. He's the one you need to please. God, Kent, you are so out of touch with even yourself. I don't understand how that's possible, but it is. It's like me a moment ago. I was out of touch with myself. My brain just shut down completely. It's back to firing on one cylinder. We're going places, people.
Page 118 of this book, which you can get on our website. Why on earth did God let this happen? God speaking first. Good morning, son. I've been watching you sleep all night. I love you. Kent. Good morning, Lord. Thanks for protecting me and being so awesome. I can't believe the great God of the universe would care about me. I failed you so many times. Why do you still put up with me? God, you're.
So, Claude, actually, you bring up Kent's dad. I decided to do the most cursory lookup and found not much to work with. And I also found that the process of getting information might be a bit tedious. But I am honestly thinking of trying to get a hold of records, what I can get available, just for the sake of, clarification of the facts. Call it me doing historical research on a particular person. They may not be anyone of note until, I decided they were of note to do a project on. We'll call it that.
My child. I promised to save you and take care of you. I have great plans for you, son. I love you. You seemed a little down last night as you prayed. I've got a young man I'd like you to email for me this morning. He could use someone to talk to, and he may help cheer you up as well. He's sitting in his car in a parking lot. He's been crying pretty hard for a while and needs someone like you to listen to him.
Someone like you listen. What the fuck is that shit, Kent? Your writing style sucks. Your story's got nothing to it. Good God, is anything about you decent? Anything at all?
Kent, sure, Lord, where do I send it? God, Pontiac, Michigan, General Motors Truck and Coach Division, Plant 6, 8:15 p.m., May 20th, 1974. So I'm going
Oh wow, I wonder who he's writing this about. Yeah, a FOIA request would of course be necessary, but there's depending on context, depending on what information is requested, it gets a little nitty gritty. I was looking at the forms earlier. I knew it'd be a FOIA request. It's just, yeah, trying to get all the stuff I'd really want is tricky.
to write to myself when I was getting out of college. Kent, what should I tell him?
Yeah, of course Kent would want to write to himself. Also, we got time travel and magic here.
God, just let him talk at first. You'll know what to say when he's done. Kent, okay, God. Kent approaches the young man. Hey, young man, looks like you've been crying your eyes out. What's wrong? Young man, oh, I'll be okay. I'm just torn up inside right now. I've had some really big life-altering decisions to make in the last year, and especially the last week. I'm only 21, and it's a little overwhelming to think my decisions now will affect me for years and even forever.
Good God. This is a man who was in his 50s at the time who wrote this and has all the hallmarks of like a middle school writing project. Good Lord. This is pathetic.
Kent. That's the older Kent, me. Yes, I know what you mean. That's the way life is, though. What's up?
Cassius, the only thing you missed was me having a massive lapse in ability to think right at the beginning of this, partially due to random noise that was distracting me. Apparently, I've got the attention span of something that doesn't have much of an attention span right now.
What's on your mind now? Young man, well, I came up here to go to Bible college. I feel like God has called me into his service somewhere. I've been working here at this truck plant for 2 years now, second shift, while I went to school full-time first shift. I got married last summer, and my sweet wife also went to school for a year. Also worked on a church bus route and taught a Sunday school class for the last 2 years. I graduate this Friday, and I'm pretty overwhelmed with emotions right now. I'm pretty tired as well, bone tired. Kent, what's the biggest burden you carry? Young Kent, I guess the decision I made last night. Kent, what was it about? Young man.
Oh, Christ, this is terrible. And the way I would say no one talks like that with the whole, oh, I work in the Chrysler plant second shift, I did it at first shift, which you wouldn't describe going to class as a first shift. You wouldn't even describe it as being during that time period. No one sane would. But in this case, he did write the way he talks, because he talks completely fucked up. But no normal person describes what's going on like that. They'd say, "Oh, work's been bothering me. I've been working hard, going to classes as well. I just got married. My wife's been going to classes too. Oh, it just feels like so much. No one would talk like that, Kent. You're just trying to. You're just you literally you wrote the book to brag about the random stuff you've done that you think is an accomplishment that you need to feel the urge to try to show everybody up on. Oh yeah, I worked at General Motors second shift. Okay, that means precisely fuck all to me, Kent. Good for you. Here's a cookie.
And last week, the general foreman at work talked with me. He said they watched me work and wanted to offer to send me to foreman school. It would mean a very secure future at General Motors. I already get paid pretty well working on the assembly line, but as foreman, I would start.
Also, he doesn't just say GM. Who the I say this given that I am very likely somewhere on the spectrum. What kind of autistic fucker would say General Motors the entire fucking time? Come on.
At $350 a week, plus lots of benefits and perks and bonuses. It was a dream offer for such a young man as I. Kent, so did you take it? Young man, Well, I also got an offer to work at my home church in Pekin, Illinois as assistant pastor for $100 a week, plus a bare bones medical plan. There are a lot of reasons.
I see more little stuff like that in Peak, Illinois. Why would you add that in? What the hell does it matter? It doesn't. Fucking hell. You suck at writing. You suck at orating. You just fucking suck, Kent. Good Lord.
Reasons to stay here. We have a real nice mobile home we're buying, just two.
How you're a success in any capacity is beyond me. It's just like fucking President Carrot. How that absolute buffoon has somehow been successful, failing upwards, is beyond all ability for me to process. Because by all logic, just it should have been a complete disaster from the get-go.
Blocks from the church. It's on a beautiful river with lots of ducks and swans and fish that my wife and I feed every evening. We love our church. We have lots of friends here. She could finish her degree. Many people come here for Bible college and then stay on at General Motors. They end up as deacons or Sunday school teachers in their local churches. They make real good money and seem very happy. We could afford to start a family and buy a bigger house if I stay. Can't. So what's to decide? It looks like God is opening all the doors. Young man, or Satan is, to distract me from my calling.
Oh, here comes the imaginary enemy. Oh, boo-hoo. You know, from everything I've learned, it seems like the only good guy in the entire Bible, ironically, is Satan. He's the good guy.
I didn't come here to work at GM and build trucks. I came here to train for the ministry. Do you know where these shiny new trucks will be in 30 years? Can't. Actually, yes, I do. They'll be rusting in a junkyard or recycled into a fence post or train track. Young man, that's right. Don't you see the real issue here? I want to invest my life in things that last forever. If I do that, God's promise in Matthew 6:33 will apply to me. God can outsupply General Motors any day.
This is so fucking stupid. Oh, man. Just, I'm taking a moment to take it all in, the insanity of this. And if this is his writing skill, if this is his storytelling, oh, man. Fuck, you're a terrible author, Kent.
Kent, so what did you decide? Young man, I told the foreman thanks for the offer, but I must decline. I called my home pastor and said, yes, I'll take the job as assistant pastor. We move next week. Kent. So why are you crying? Young man, lots of reasons. God gave me such an amazing wife. She supports me either way. I'm crying for joy because I have her.
Not no more, you don't.
Also have seen kids I went to school with decide this week to stay at General Motors. Yet they were called and trained for full-time Christian work in mission fields or ministries where the need is so great. Now the need will go unmet. That burdens me greatly as well. I don't understand.
Maria, according to the best I could find, I think it's supposed to be Edward Hovind. I don't have anything beyond that, though, but that might be the E in where Kent E. Hovind, his name, comes from, and why he kind of stresses that at some points. Not all of them, but some.
Understand why anyone would invest their life in things that will all burn, rust, or be stolen. It breaks my heart. Kent, I know exactly what you mean. Say, what's your name, young man? Young man, Kent Hovind, sir. What's yours? Kent, it's not important. You made the right choice, young man. Quit crying, start packing. You won't believe how God will supply.
This is so pathetic. Oh. He's wanting to cry over the little story he wrote about himself deciding to quit his job at General Motors to go tout bullshit for the next eternity. Oh. Let me play you a song on the world's tiniest violin, Kent. Such a hard choice in your privileged life.
I've been young and now I'm old. I've never seen God's kids begging bread. Psalm 37:25. Thanks for reminding
Psalm 37:25. God, Kent.
me. It has greatly encouraged me. Young man, you're welcome. Thanks for listening. Kent, thanks, God. God, you're welcome, son. I got your back. One of the hundreds and hundreds of stories.
Yeah, you got your back with a knife in it because you effectively stabbed yourself in the back. The moment you decided to dedicate your life to bullshit, that was where you fucked up. All led down a conspiracy rabbit trail. Oh, yeah, look, now you got me saying rabbit trail. Although I guess it actually would be a rabbit trail in this case instead of a hole because it's a path you'd follow rather than a tunnel you'd go down. Um, But Kent, you got in with all these churchy types, these fundamentalist Baptists. You went into the young earth bullshit, which then led you straight into the sovereign citizen garbage, which is why you spent 9 years in jail because you didn't fucking pay taxes like you should have. And when the government that represents the country you're supposed to love so much, called you out on it, you're like, nuh-uh. And now you're bitter and pissed off because you lost 9 years of your life. You lost your wife, which started a trend. You lost your stupid theme park. And I get it. I get being bitter. But own it. Admit it that you're just pissed off that you're a waste of your former self, which was already a waste in its own right. But at least you were something inside of your little sphere of idiots. Now even the other creationists don't want to come over and play with Kent Hovind.
Stories I wrote while I was in prison. Might want to like that. The book may encourage you. Psalm chapter 79 and chapter 80. We'll try to get to both of them. Tried to warn you. We're on a bunch of channels. You can check them all right there. Roku, whatever that is, and poke a button. Something will happen. And like
Yay, subscribe button, boo, Dino Lamp is off.
us and share us and comment and subscribe and all that. And it does something for Al Gore's rhythm. Is he still alive? I'm sorry to hear about that. Okay, let's see.
Oh, Kent. You're supposed to be the good guy. You got so many people coming around. Kent does nothing wrong. He's just a pastor. He's just preaching. It's like, yeah, and he says stuff like, oh, I'm sorry that Al Gore is still alive. What the fuck, Kent? What kind of hateful shit is that? I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way about you, to be completely honest. Because it is a bit of a tragedy that somehow nature hasn't taken its course. Not that I'm saying I want anything to happen, but it just seems to be some sort of miracle of evil that you're still doing what you do. And that post prison, you've still caused harm to people. More harm, debatably, than you did beforehand, actually.
You can join our 777 Club, support our ministry if you'd like. Just call Bobby, 855-BIG-DINO, extension 1, or email her. We're at drdino.com. Almost 9 years now, coming up next month. 9 years we've been open for free here. Visitors from all over the place. Had a family from India today, and another couple just left from, where are they from? Nashville. Yep. Okay.
A couple from India, and the others were from Nashville. That's the place, yeah.
Get our seminar series. It's available in 42 languages, 18 hours, $50.
Said it before, I'll say it again. If it's in Esperanto, I ain't interested.
Joseph, did you get the link fixed where they can order 3 for $100? That was supposed to be something also, remember? No, I didn't know there was a link for problem. You see it right there on screen? Well, for 3 for $100, the guy called me and
Do it, or you don't get your rations there, Joseph.
said, where's the QR code for that? I don't know. See if you
Oh wow, your people are so smart that they can't just continue to search on the website that comes up after they scan the QR code to find the 3 for 100 offer. Yep, you got real geniuses there who can't just look in probably related items. You know what? You can't see it, but I'm just gonna see what happens. Let's scan this shit. There, boom. Come on. Take me to it. Open in Safari. There we go. Sorry, I don't do too many neat things with this iPhone. Dr. Dino, my Shopify, $50, buy with shop, blah, blah, blah. We scroll down, language selections. Ooh, I can see all the languages available. There's, oh, wow. Okay, y'all actually got to check this out. There's some DVDs don't have some language options. Like Czech is only available on Age of the Earth and no others. Albanian's only in the Garden of Eden. Uh, Belarusian, example, skips DVDs 2 and 4. That's kind of funny. Korean is only available on Age of the Earth as subtitles. Wow. Wow. Related products. Kent Hovind is innocent. More Kent Hovind is innocent. Unmasking Kent Hovind. Book of Job. Christian Science. Making Babies. DVD sets. I mean, still, it just opens up the damn website. So, I mean, anyone who's remotely skilled could find the offer if it's actually on the website at all. Sorry for that little deviation, but I just had to see what happened.
You can work on that sometime. Okay. Get our book, What on Earth is About to Happen, about the future, or the video series about that. Folks, ready for trouble.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, stick yourself on the ground. I said, young man, 'cause you're in a bumfuck town. There's no need to be unhappy. Hovering, 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 hovering. Come to DAO instead of the YMCA. Seriously, come to Dinosaur Adventureland instead of the YMCA. You can hang with Chris Jones and all the other. I'm not going to go any further. I already crossed the line with that. Oh shit. Deviant continued it. Young man, there's a place you can go. I said, young man, when when your brain has a short out, you damn it, I can't do it anymore. Brain has a short out, you can stay there. And I'm sure Kent will find many friends who'll cause you regret. Oh Lord.
You want to find out what the Bible says about the future?
Yep, Lord Yamato. Me. I don't even know what you call that figure of speech, but I use that figure of speech to regard to myself. And I still don't have as big an ego as Hovind does. Ha!
Get that serious. Okay, March the 10th. Here we go. If you love the Lord, soul winning, and want to come be our chef, Kevin does a good job, but we can't keep up. We need him out in landscaping. You can repost our videos on your channel. Post them on a YouTube channel. That'll fire people up. Okay.
That's another thing about you, Kent. You're just all about getting people angry. It's like, that'll fire them up. What kind of bitter asshole are you for that? Seriously, what kind of child are you with that? Oh, that'll make them real angry. We matured past that. Like, I do this stuff for fun. You probably think I do it because, it'll piss off Hovind. I don't give a fuck. I mean, honestly, you're so sensitive it probably does tick you off, but that's just a little bonus. Really don't care in the grand stream of things. You miss the point entirely of what you being on YouTube after the fact, what the issue was. But of course you would, because you're completely incompetent and understand nothing.
They took us off of YouTube, couldn't stand the heat. But please, feel free to post.
They took it on YouTube, they couldn't stand the heat, man. Man, it'd be a lot different if someone would have just kicked his ass in high school. Just knocked him right the fuck out. But apparently, because he's tall, that no one decided to take him on, I guess.
Post them everywhere you want, anywhere you want. Let's see, we did all that already.
He's fucking Biff Tannen is what it is.
Slide number, Palm, 3, 6, 8. Enter. Psalm 79 is a lament that describes the desolation and suffering of the people of Israel, likely in the context of the destruction of Jerusalem, like Psalm 78 was. Jerusalem got destroyed. The people are saying, God, why'd you let this happen? It's because
Harold actually explained he had a series called Making Babies, which was focused on evolutionists can't explain how all these animals, how this and that aspect of reproduction came about. Because Kent is obsessed with animal reproduction. And even though those who have bothered to waste their time on it have answered questions, AJ definitively answered one of them as just the one case I know of Kent still, of course, claims nobody answered all that, as if random people's ability to answer those questions at all has any impact on the validity of the scientific theory of evolution.
Because of your sin, I tried to warn you. It expresses deep sorrow and despair felt by the people who are depicted as being under the oppression of foreign nations and facing severe persecution, including the desecration of the Holy Temple and the mistreatment of the dead bodies of the faithful. This is important to Jews. Have you noticed what Hamas did with the dead bodies of the Israelis? They desecrate the dead body.
There he goes, talking about the conflict in the Middle East currently. Maria, yeah, definitely. If you feel the urge, see what you can track down or what possible connections you have could bring up. That'd be interesting since you've got at least slightly better connections to some resources out there. Better than me as a regular civilian.
anything to make them, to hurt them, okay? Psalm chapter 79, a psalm of Asaph. O God, the heathen are come into thine inheritance. The holy temple they have defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. This is about 600 BC. The dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of the heaven, the flesh of thy saints unto the beasts of the earth.
You know, it seems like the people you're talking about, Kent, hadn't discovered ceremonial burial. It's a pretty early process, or pretty early achievement. No, what is it? What is the term for it? Shit. Technology, that's it. Unlocked in the Civilization 2 tech tree. Pro tip, select Music 2 on the PlayStation 1 version of the game and enjoy. Music's not on the PC version. Yeah, ceremonial burial has been around for a really long time, but apparently your particular tribe that you follow in this book hadn't learned about it if they're talking about people getting eaten by birds, figuratively or literally. Which, since you say the Bible is literal, I have to take everything you say literally.
Their blood they have shed like water round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them. We are become a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and derision to them that are round about us.
Otaku X, the answer, D's nuts.
O Lord, how long, O Lord? Wilt thou be angry forever? Shall thy jealousy burn like a fire? Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee, and upon the kingdoms that have not called upon thy name. For they have devoured Jacob and laid waste his dwelling place. Oh, remember not against us former iniquities. God, please don't remember all the bad things we did. That's what he's saying here. Let thy tender mercies speedily prevent us, for we are brought very low. Prevent in the Old Testament English, King James English, is don't let them go before us. Don't let them precede us, okay? For we are brought very low. Help us, O Lord God, our God of our salvation, for the glory of thy name, and deliver us and purge away our sin.
There's that glory, that obsession. Oh, God doesn't need anything from you, but you got to sit there and kiss his ass nonstop. And fuck glory. And fuck grace, too. Fuck both those concepts.
For thy name's sake. Wherefore should we the heathen say, where is their God? Let him be known among the heathen in our sight by the revenging of the blood of thy servants which is shed. Let the sighing of the prisoner come before thee.
Kent, that wasn't the sighing of the prisoner. That was the clearing of the prisoner's throat.
According to
Probably because he was too busy sending an email, if you know what I mean. He brings people to Jesus one way or another. Hovind.
the greatness of thy power, preserve thou those that are appointed to die. There's something about the sighing of the prisoner. Oh, brother, another day. I've been through that for 9 years. Didn't deserve it. Why?
Oh, boo-hoo. Quit your bitching, Kent. Get the fuck over it, and no one's gonna watch Kent Hovind is Innocent.
Let's go back to February 1st of our...
Oh, no, they want you to watch your stupid Donald Trump letter. Fuck you, fuck Trump.
On our channel. And
You probably would if you had the opportunity. Which is fine. It's your prerogative. I'm just saying.
look at the open letter to President Trump if you think I went to prison for something I did wrong. I did not.
Yeah, you did. It's been explained in explicit detail.
Okay. Verse 12. And render unto our neighbors sevenfold into their bosom their reproach, wherewith they have reproached thee, O Lord. So we, thy people and sheep of thy pasture, will give thee thanks forever. We will show forth thy praise to all generations. See, the king of Babylon conquered Jerusalem, tore down the wall, which in that time frame was a very important feature to have a wall around your city. They didn't have tanks and airplanes and stuff, okay?
You know, I forget sometimes that Kent is speaking to uneducated buffoons for the most part, and rarely people who understand history enough to remember, oh yeah, in 600 BC they didn't have, them there airplanes and those fancy tankamajigs.
Title 79, written clearly after the destruction of Jerusalem by Babylonian armies. This event was so traumatic and important in the scope of Jewish history, it's described 4 times in the Bible.
Wow, I don't fucking care how many times anything is in the Bible. Show me why any of it even matters. I don't give a fuck who conquered what fucking city. So they wrote it in their book of magic bullshit. Whoopity fucking do. Spider-Man is in New York. That doesn't make Spider-Man real. And Claude, Kent is going to go to the grave denying that he did anything wrong. Remember, Kent, you'll never get those 9 years back. And I really wish you had been in there longer. Because they've thrown people in prison for a lot longer for theft of less money.
Since Asaph is a prominent in the Old Testament, lived and served during the reign of David, King Solomon, this is likely a later guy named Asaph, okay? God said,
I'll take plague rats. Yeah, y'all don't understand. I like rats. Rats are cool. Rats are my buddies. If I could have like 1,000 of them, that'd be fucking awesome. But I wouldn't want to have to clean up after them. So I'd need like a small army. And then I'd have to pay those people. So then I'd have to turn it into an exhibit, hang with the rats. And then it just becomes a whole thing. And then people will be taking my rats, and I'll be like, hey, quit stealing my rats. People will be like, no, they're cute. And then I gotta have rat defense, and it just keeps piling up. It's like that episode of South Park where Cartman gets the theme park, but he has to constantly let more people in to afford it, and that causes expenses to go up. And he turns it around, but eventually he can't even enjoy it. Yeah, it's like that.
there, Moses, I've given you my 10.
Although the benefit is with the plague rats, about 50% of people would probably not be coming back. Although then, I'm ruining my own patron clientele. And then I could get a bunch of jerks who also happen to be descendants of those who are immune to the plague. And there are antibiotics, so it's actually not that bad. Like really, plague actually isn't bad at all. It's just the fact that this was, 500 plus years ago was the problem. Huh. Why am I talking about plague now? We could talk about Hovind. Oh, right, same thing.
Commandments. Now, Moses warned them what will happen if they don't obey. So, Exodus, we get the 10 commandments, and then they had to wander for 40 years. So, God's going to give them the commandments again to the whole new crowd. Deuteronomy. Deutero means twin. So, he's giving the commandments again to the new crowd of people that have grown up in the desert. He said,
Yeah, a completely different set from the first. Also, there's like 700 some odd commandments. Let's make a list of how many you break every day. You're probably breaking a couple of them right this second as you're recording this.
It shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, cursed in the field. He goes on and describes all the bad things that'll happen. He said, if you don't obey my commandments, a lot of bad stuff's can happen. Verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them. Thou shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. And here's the children of Israel, about 1,500 years later. Sure enough, they're being called off into captivity. God said, I tried to warn you. I told you clear back a long time ago, obey my word. You're not doing it. Psalm 80 continues the story. It's a prayer for the restoration and protection of God's people. The psalmist expresses distress over the current state of the nation. He describes it like a vineyard that's been...
I, for one, welcome our furry plague rat cosplayers. I think everyone agrees.
...neglected and destroyed by wild animals. Israel's often called the vineyard, the vine. Oh, give ear, O shepherd of Israel. It's interesting. In the book of Psalms, God's only...
Yes, I am aware of the temple rats. I do I would say I do want to visit, but really I don't. I don't have a desire to visit India.
They called the shepherd of Israel twice, in here and in Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie
Hovind is the 11th, 12th, and 13th plagues. The Father, Son, and the Space Ghost.
down in green patch. By the way, he has to make you lie down. I'm in high gear all the time, aren't I? Pretty much. Sometimes God has to say, stop.
Ken Hovind snorting a little bit of that white powder in the back? Huh? You got the sugar bowl that you keep by your bedside? Yeah. Yep.
Can't lay down. Yeah, but Lord, there's lots to do. Yeah, just lay down. Okay. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures and leadeth me beside the still waters. Anyway.
Claude, I've noticed that I've been looking every single stream just to happen to see if that stupid ring's still on, and it is. Every single stream. He is, completely in denial.
So
he refuses to give even the hint that there's actually a problem, even though we know good and damn well Sandra is gone, daddy gone.
Give ear, O shepherd of Israel, that thou leadest Joseph like a flock. Thou that dwellest between the cherubims, shine forth. What is this? Between the cherubims? Is that where God lives? I'll show you. Before Ephraim and Benjamin and Manasseh, stir up thy strength and come and save us. In Exodus chapter 25, God gave Moses the law, the Ten Commandments in chapter 20. Then for the next few chapters, he describes how I want you to build this tabernacle. He tells them about the curtains and the gates and the temple and all the furniture, the candlestick, and the Ark of the Covenant, which is a desk, a box a little smaller than my desk here. And inside the box was the Ten Commandments. On top, there were two cherubims. Here. And thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark, and in the ark thou shalt put the testimony that I shall give thee. That would be the Ten Commandments. Put them in the box, okay? And there I will meet with thee, and I will commune with thee from above the mercy seat.
You ever notice that every single one of these Psalms, he always seems to go back to fucking Exodus for some shit? I mean, I guess it makes sense if he's trying to explain the story in more detail, but it just seems like this often, this regularly, it seems a bit much. I feel like sticking in the chapter and just bringing up that these events occurred for context, presuming that the people watching would have seen your previous Bible studies or otherwise been part of the clergy previously, or otherwise treating them as if it's a continuation of something instead of going back and redoing everything. It kind of makes sense because I know you read Exodus within the past couple of years in your streams.
And between the two cherubims, which are upon the ark of the testimony. At each end of the box, there were two angels. Their wings reached over. They were looking down at the lid of the box called the mercy seat. Those angels only want to see one thing. Where's the blood? As Christians, some of the churches don't understand. They think you go to heaven because of your good works. No. Is the blood applied? Did Jesus Christ pay for your sins? He said, I will commune. I'm going to talk to you from the mercy seat, between the cherubims which are upon the ark of the testimony, of all things which I will give thee in commandment unto the...
But see, Kent would counter that directly by saying that many of the things claimed to be Caesar's are truly not Caesar's, for they are Hovind's, because his name is not written in all capital letters, unlike this parchment, which claims otherwise.
Children of Israel. So they got this gold-plated box with handles that the priest can carry it. 4 priests would carry this thing when they had to move someplace. God said, I'm going to commune with you.
Of course he's seen the Ark of the Covenant. Where do you think that neck thing came from?
From the mercy seat. That's that lid on top of the box, okay? And when Moses, in book of Numbers, was gone into the tabernacle of the congregation to speak with him, then he heard the voice of one speaking unto him from off the mercy seat that was upon the ark of the testimony.
Yeah, and mercy seat is one of the most absolute stupid names for a lid I've ever fucking heard. Mercy seat. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
From between the two cherubims, and he spake unto him. God spoke to Moses from the mercy seat in that between the angels.
God said to Moses, I'm hanging out on the mercy seat.
Okay. And again,
God, my stream has devolved into toilet humor. Still better than Kent's.
And David gathered all the chosen men of Israel, 30,000. And David arose and went with all the people with him from Baal of Judah to bring up the ark, from thence the ark of God, whose name is called by the name of the Lord of hosts that dwelleth between the cherubims. All through the Bible, you see that phrase, between.
But Cloud, he says there is not a law that he's seen that tells him that he must pay taxes. See, he's got it all figured out. He's playing like 4D chess over here, my friend. We're just not capable of understanding. Or he's a total tax protester and he's just using typical sovereign citizen crap. And of course denies he's doing sovereign citizen crap. That's what's funny. They're like, I don't know what a sovereign citizen is. It's like, dude, you're literally a sovereign citizen. And yeah, like this Soldier Lord 70 person says, like and share my video because it helps helps me with my Dance Dance Revolution skills. Hey, there's a parody to the algorithm thing. I am so out of shape. An intense round of DDR nearly kills me now. Really got to get back into shape one of these days.
The cherubims. Hezekiah prayed between the cherubims, 1 Corinthians, 1 Chronicles. It's mentioned in the Bible, 13 times. God speaks from the mercy seat. Interesting. Anyway, before.
Yeah, Kent, and as I keep telling you, kill or killed or some variation thereof is in there hundreds of times. So what does that tell you?
Ephraim and Manasseh, stir up thy strength and come and save us. Turn us again, O God. God, you don't need to turn. We need to turn. Turn from our sin and cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. O Lord God of hosts, how long wilt thou be angry against the prayer of thy people? This phrase.
Well, see, the thing is, Kent is Norwegian descent, and so he's trying to go up against Sweden, and that's a fight you just can't win. Because last I checked, Norway was occupied by the big bad Germans during a certain period of time. Meanwhile, Sweden had the Saab Draken, amongst other beautiful pieces of engineering. Norway may provide death metal, but that'll only get you so far. Sweden and Finland, man, that's them's the spots. Just saying.
Phrase "turn us again," found in the Bible several times. 3 of them in this chapter. Psalm 80, verse 3, verse 7, verse 19. Okay. Let us search our ways in Lamentations and turn again to the Lord. We're the ones that have to turn. God's fine. Okay. Thou feedest them with the.
Is he? He seems pretty pissed about everything all the time. I don't think he's fine. I think he needs some medicine. Needs some stress relaxing routines. I mean, he flooded the whole world for fuck's sake. I mean, come on. Seems a little extreme, don't you think? I'm sure any psychologist would say, yeah, there's a problem here.
Bread of tears, and givest them tears to drink in great measure. Thou makest us to strive on our neighbors, unto our neighbors, making us strive unto our neighbors, and our enemies laugh among themselves. Turn us again, O God of hosts, and cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. Spurgeon had great notes on this. It's not so much turn our captivity, but turn us. They pray, Lord, would you turn me to make me get into line with your will? All will come if we are right. The best turn is not that of circumstances, but of character. When the Lord turns his people, he will soon turn their condition. Spurgeon saw in this line and the following a description of the factors in revival. First, there's a restoration of turning of the people to God. And then there's a radiant face of God. He'd make his face to shine.
Oh, you mean the face that nobody's supposed to look at, except several people do in the story? Are we talking about that face? I mean, at least the Guild Wars lore is convenient in that Dwayna is apparently so beautiful that once you view her, you the rest of the world is nothing to see. And I can't remember the details, but that's part of what drove Malcor mad. Malchior, I should say.
Maybe God's waiting on you to turn. Thou hast brought a vine out of Egypt. Thou hast cast out the heathen and planted it. Figurative speaking, God took the children of Israel out of Egypt, kicked out the people that were in the land, and planted them in that land.
Oh, so that part is figurative. But the rest of it's literal. But just that one part is figurative. Kent, I think you need to restate your, I believe the Bible is literally true and scientifically accurate because you don't think it's literally true if any part of it is figurative according to your analysis.
which they're still fighting over. It belongs to the Jews, guys. Back off, okay?
No comment.
Thou preparest room before it, and didst cause it to take deep root, and it filled the land. Again, symbolically a vine, okay? The hills were covered with the shadow of it, and the boughs thereof were like the goodly cedars. She sent out her boughs
Look, I thought the hills were alive with the sound of music, but, you know.
unto the sea, and her branches unto the river. Why hast thou then broken down her hedges, so that all they which pass by the way do pluck at her? The psalmist is writing, God, you took Israel out of Egypt, planted them in the land of Israel, and now everybody's picking at them. The boar out of the wood doth waste it, and the wild beast of the field doth devour it. They're all eating up your vine. Return, we beseech thee, O God of hosts, look down from heaven, and behold and visit the vine. This phrase, look down from heaven, found 6 times in the Bible. You could memorize, read those when you get time, okay?
Kim Jong-un, that would be a no. Still no divine manifestation of a boyfriend-free girl for Kent to to marry immediately. Oh God, can you imagine Hovind cross Christian? uh, Tell Hovind why I need a cute girl, Hovind.
And the vineyard which thy right hand hath planted, and the branch that thou madest strong for thyself, it is burned with fire, it's cut down. They perish at the rebuke of thy countenance.
Maybe Kent is skipping the 5th wife and waiting for the 6th to show up so he can just move straight to that.
Let thy hand be upon the man of thy right hand, upon the Son of Man, whom thou madest strong for thyself. So will not we go back from thee, O quicken us, and we will call upon thy name. Turn us again, O Lord God of...
I mean, I don't think too many people use Quicken anymore. So we might need to update that.
hosts, cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. That thing about cause your face to shine, found in the Bible 6 times, 3 of them right here in Psalm chapter 80. Lord, cause your face to shine. You know how parents are when your kids do something right and you kind of smile at them? Then there's times when they don't do what's right and your face don't shine. Okay. I think, God, Lord, we want your face to shine on us. Okay, that's it. Psalm 79 and 80. Hope you've got a few things out of there. Help you draw closer to the Lord. Any
No, it didn't help me at all. All it did was give me more content to laugh about.
questions or comments here, brother? Love from Bonnie, Scotland. Yeah, I preached over there in Scotland. Beautiful country, but you got some sinners over there. Okay, you need to fix that. Please go after it. Thank you. Doc, when do you think the falling away happens and why? It's possible it's happening now with the false gospel faith. I think it's been going on for thousands of years, but it's going to get really much worse here very soon. I don't know. In my book, when I was writing my book, What on Earth is About to Happen, for heaven's sake, and doing my video series when I got home on that one, let's see, right here. Yep. What on Earth is About to Happen? I wrote it from prison, a chapter at a time. I'd send them out. My family would publish it. People kept writing me and say, hey, when's this going to happen? When does the tribulation start? I said, well, I don't know. I'm not going to set a date. But if I had to, I would say 2028 is the rapture. Why? And I go through all my reasons why in my book. It's just a wild guess. I don't know. I'm not going to put a hard date on it. I don't know. I'm just going to keep winning souls. If you look at the image in the book of Daniel.
You know, while it sucks that we'd have to deal with Hovind for at least another 3 years, I really hope he keeps on kicking till that time and realizes how wrong he was. He'll never admit it.
Daniel, King Nebuchadnezzar saw an image of a great statue with a head of gold, chest and arms of silver, belly and thighs of brass, legs of iron, feet of iron and clay. And it says, very interesting, in the story in Daniel, it says the final kingdom will be partly strong and partly broken. Iron and clay won't mix. I've been praying for a long time, Lord, I want to be someplace where it's broken. I think Lenox, Alabama is the perfect place. Okay, any more? That's it. Sounds great. Tomorrow night we get into Psalm chapter 81, Lord willing, unless something else comes up. See you then.
Ugh, wonderful. Not interested in that. What I am interested in is sharing this just for the heck of it. This little Bible search dealy that I'd stumbled across forever ago. This is what happens if you do a search on kill. You get 255 matches. So I just wanted to demonstrate that. Let's maximize a few things and just make sure y'all can see things. Yeah, y'all can see things. I mean, kill is in there a lot. Oh, look, there's thou shalt not kill. See, we kill it, and then we're getting into Leviticus, so we're getting into all that stuff. And, it's in there a lot. Aaron, kill the goat. Boy, there's a lot of animal killing in here. Molech, kill them not. Oh yeah, Molech, he eats babies. I mean, it just goes on though. And I mean, if Kent's criteria for importance of things, there we go. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. There you go. If Kent values the what am I trying to say? Kent values how often a word is in the Bible as indicating its value and its importance, then he's got a real uphill battle against the kill concept. Just saying. Just saying. All right, so that's the end of that. I'm meh. Honestly, I'm tired. This one kind of wasn't as fun a stream as I thought it would be. Ass wasn't in there near as often. I forget how often, but not nearly as much. Um, yeah, yeah. This was a stream. I just thought I'd do something before I get deep dived into Guild Wars stuff because I probably won't stream again until Thursday or Friday, depending on when I feel like doing whatever whacking atheist Kent does. But yeah, I'm gonna go get some dinner and go and enjoy the new content in Guild Wars. So I don't know. I'm sure y'all enjoyed. I feel like the stream was a bit of a mess, mainly from how it started, where I just lost my train of thought due to all that noise outside. And yeah, I'm. Thank you for watching either way.